The Jesus Sutras are early Chinese-language manuscripts of Christian teachings. They are connected with the 7th century mission of Alopen, a Church of the East bishop from Sassanian Mesopotamia. These manuscripts have been named sutras only recently by Western authors. The manuscripts date from between 635 AD, the year of Alopen's arrival in China, and around 1000 AD when the cave at Mogao near Dunhuang in which the documents were discovered was sealed. By 2011, 4 of the manuscripts were known to be located in a private collection in Japan, while 1 was in Paris. The language and content reflect varying levels of interaction with Chinese culture, including use of Buddhist and Taoist terminology. List of sutras. The following list gives some approximate English titles for the various writings, and an indication of the present location of the manuscript where known. Scholars are still debating the best translation for many of the terms, until a good modern edition appears. P.Y. Seki remains the most convenient source for the Chinese texts. Doctrinal manuscripts. Sutra on Almsgiving of the World Honored 1, Part 3. Sutra on the Oneness of Heaven, Sutra of Origins, or Parable, Part 2. The first 3 texts in this list appear together in a single manuscript entitled Treatise on the One God. Part 3, once known as the Tomioka Manuscript, now held in Osaka, Japan, by Kyoshuko Library, Tonko Haikyuu Collection, Manuscript No. 460. Sutra on the Origin of Origins, now held in Osaka, Japan, by Kyoshuko Library, Tonko Haikyuu Collection, Manuscript No. 431. An inscribed pillar discovered in Luoyang in 2006 supplements the incomplete version from Dunhuang. Kojima Manuscript B was at one time thought to be the conclusion of this work. See below ref. Takazuo Enoki, p. 68. Sutra of Hearing the Messiah, once known as the Takakusu Manuscript, now held in Osaka, Japan, by Kyoshuko Library, Tonko Haikyuu Collection, Manuscript No. 459. Liturgical Sutras Darkin Hymn of Perfection of the Three Majesties, now held in Paris. Ib. Nat. Collection Pelliot Chinois, No. 3847. Let us praise a venerable books, a list of sacred books followed by a short note contained in the above manuscript in Paris. Ib. Nat. Collection Pelliot Chinois, No. 3847. The Sutra of Ultimate and Mysterious Happiness, now held in Osaka, Japan, by Kyoshuko Library, Tonko Haikyuu Collection, Manuscript No. 13. Darkin Hymn to the Transfiguration of the Great Holy One. Kojima Manuscript A. This manuscript was stolen in Tianjin, China in 1945 and its whereabouts are now unknown. This manuscript and Kojima Manuscript B are suspected of being modern forgeries. See below ref. Talin and Amp wrong. The Xian stele. The Xian stele was erected in 781 to commemorate the propagation of the Darkin luminous religion, and covers the preceding 150 years of Christianity in China. Martin Palmer recently claimed, on the basis of research conducted by scholars in the 1930s, that the Darkin pagoda near Luguantai was part of a Darkin monastery. Luguantai was the traditional site of Laozi's composition of the Tao Te Ching. Buried during a time of religious persecution in the 9th century, the stele was rediscovered in 1625 and is now on display in nearby Xian. the ancient capital of the Tang dynasty. Sutra is a Sanskrit term referring to an aphorism, a group of aphorisms. It was originally applied to Hindu philosophy, and later to Buddhist canon scripture. In the case of the Jesus Sutras, the term has been used indirectly by modern, Western authors. In Chinese, all religious and classical books are referred to as Jing, including indigenous Chinese works, Buddhist scriptures, and other foreign works such as the Bible and the Quran. In the context of Buddhist scriptures, Jing is conventionally translated as sutra. The Jesus Sutras do not carry canonical status, but they commingle Christian philosophy with Buddhist and Taoist thought. A more neutral translation for Jing might simply be book, although scripture may convey the entire nuanced meaning better.